Alright, so yesterday we were... man, what happened? We were in court, we proved the frickin' Jacob Marshall or whatever was in the evidence room, but the murder happened before he even went in there. And I think that's the last thing we did. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Welcome to the adventure!
Yo, what's up, Jeremy? Thanks for the host, man. Welcome back. How you doing today, dude? Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do? But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother Neil was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Good homie just got done watching WWE SmackDown and played some salty bet with a homie. Ah, damn, cool. Yeah, man, that sounds badass. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so bad. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known. He was being given he couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14? That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Well, why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Ooh, interesting. Yo, what's up, Da Vinci? Let's see. What's up, girl? SL9 incident files. Oh, actually, should I present this to her? Let's see what she says. She might actually have something to say. Give her this. It seems everything is somehow related to this incident. What was it labeled? The SL9 incident? The name of everyone connected to this trial is listed here. All that's left is to figure out just what role everyone plays in this case. If we search hard enough, I think we'll find our answers. What exactly did or didn't Lana do? I'm not sure I want to know everything. What about this? We owe our entire success in court today to this tape. At first I thought it was a joke, but it turned out to be a gold mine of evidence. I counted a total of 5 clues in it. And also gave the Blue Badger some publicity. Of the negative sort, that is. This jar is pretty fragile. It looks like it's about to break apart. What do you mean about to? It's already broken. I mean, like, it's gonna fall apart again. This piece was found in Detective Goodman's evidence. That means this is somehow related to that other incident. Bump, bump. Alright, let's get moving. Let's go talk to What's-Her-Face. I'm doing good, Da Vinci. I actually had like a really good dinner. I had this like crazy delicious ramen with Janelle. We went to a ramen place and I got like pork with miso soup and an extra egg. It was really good. You want to see it? Here, my girlfriend took a picture of it while we're eating. And I had her send it to me here. Check it. I'm going to show you. Yeah, check that out. See, there's me. This is my food. I got the pork, the egg, and the noodles. And I just poured the spicy stuff in there. Ooh, baby. There's my mask and my glasses. There's her mask. I think that's her wallet. But yeah, look at that. It was so good. That broth, these little chunks here, spicy. Oh man, it was just the right amount of food too. I wasn't too full, but wasn't still hungry. It was just perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would prefer you not share it, Jeremy, if I don't know the character yet. But if you did, I wouldn't be mad, so... I'd prefer you didn't, but if you do, it's whatever, man, if you really want to. You've never eaten authentic ramen before? It's pretty great. It depends on where you go, man. I've definitely gone to some ramen places where the ramen sucks. You know, it's like just... Oh, man, like there was this one place me and Niram went to, and he ordered the ramen... And you could tell it was literally just instant ramen. Like, you could make it home, but they were selling it for like $10. Like, it was the biggest bunch of bullshit. He got ripped the fuck off. But this is like real shit. It's pretty good. It's not the best place in town, but it's closer. And it's still really good. Yeah, that's what's up. Look at me. Look how ripped I am. You like these fucking arms? Calm down, Chad. I know you're getting a little wet, but try to contain yourself, okay? Alright, here we go. Lana? Mr. Wright, it seems I just... Wait, I can't fucking read. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Let's talk. Let's wrap. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today. Not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one, 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all dreams aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. You know what's really weird here for me is, like, how they're really dramatizing and playing up the fact that she falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict on someone that was obviously a killer, and it was like they knew he was a killer, but they just had to make sure he went to jail, so they did the right thing. And it's like, oh no, but I falsified evidence.
Welcome to the adventure!
Hey, thanks so much for the host. Object in space. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate it. But it's like, they're like, oh, I falsified evidence, I sold my soul. But it's like, every motherfucker that's been a witness has fucking lied to my face. Or like, hid the truth, or hid evidence. You know, like, everybody else. But they're holding like these prosecutors and defense attorneys to a higher standard than fucking witnesses and murderers, and they're like, I sold my soul because I, you know, used evidence to get a actual guilty person guilty. Meanwhile, motherfuckers be lying about what they saw just for clout. It's so dumb, man. You don't get how they can be so sure he was guilty when you have to falsify evidence? I mean, well, that's sort of like saying, like, you walk into a room and you see a guy fucking killing somebody, right? Or, like, you see him doing something illegal. But then you don't have proof of it. You saw it with your own eyes, right? You know it's true, but you don't have any evidence. It's only word of mouth, right? What do you do in that case? If you know something to be a fact, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's evidence of it. You can believe in Santa Claus all fucking day, but that doesn't mean there's proof Santa Claus exists, right? Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Ms. Starr said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Yo, what's up, Amnitron, you fucking nerd? It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant. I don't trust Chief Gant at all. That guy's fucking sus as hell. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Also, they banged on occasion. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Okay. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation led was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. Oh, after everything her sister went through. Gotcha. I read that weird. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, hmm? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. Well, obviously that doesn't fucking matter, because what was it? Case 4? That was like a 15-year difference? Another case that was like closed 15 years ago? I don't think 2 years means shit. 2 years ain't shit. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Ooh, interesting. Hey, what's up, Vinatia? You had a rough day? Hey, I'm really sorry to hear that. That really sucks, man. Yeah, hopefully things start to mellow out, man. Put up your feet. Enjoy the stream, dude. Feel free to lurk. Hey, what's up, Vanessa? Yeah, I mean, these fucking kinds of cases can drag on for years. Yeah, 2 years isn't really that long. But even then, like I mentioned before, the case before this one had like a 15-year gap. It involved another case from 15 years ago. Cracking open a cold one and sitting back. That sounds pretty rad. I actually might do some drinking tonight myself. Let's see if she has anything interesting to say about this. No. I guess she won't look in. Wait, maybe she will. Maybe she'll say something. Nah, she doesn't have anything to say. Alright, let's get our happy asses out of here and get some more evidence. Criminal affairs? Yeah, let's go to criminal affairs. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Oh. Well, alright. Okay, then. Maybe it was over here that we needed to go to. Oh, yeah, I went to the wrong place. Whoa, what the fuck? Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Hey, Sarah, Sarah, you never know where life will lead you. Hey, Bambina. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where y'all headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. Oh, that must have been somebody else. I think I read it in a different voice. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go into the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prosecutors... Oh, I thought I said prosecutors. Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was this one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Let me save again real quick. Always remember to save. Fucking... Oh, I thought that was a gun. I thought that was like a fox holding a gun. It's a fox holding a fucking floppy disk. That's great. Oh, it's a Daikon emote. I know him. Nice guy. Yeah, Daikon's cool, dude. He's been playing a lot of retro lately. We didn't lose that much time when I died, though. I just had to click through it. It took me like, what, 3 minutes tops? I used to save so many times with this game, never knew when I was going to mess up. I don't think you could back in the day. I think back in the day, you could only save at checkpoints. I don't think you could do manual saves like this. I think this is a new thing for the HD trilogy. I think back in the day, you could only save at checkpoints, and if you failed, you had to go all the way back to the checkpoint, which was super fucking annoying. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me, neither. All the detectives thought so, too. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? Your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Ms. Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, the commissioners would get suspicious. Nope, they were careful enough not to do too obvious. They? What are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of the of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yep. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. Someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't even be a patrolman after today. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Oh, he popped it. That was cool. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Damn. That kind of fucking sucks. Bummer for him, dude. I guess we can't go inside? This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. Well, the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. Some more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. What the fuck? Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Fuck. That was weird dialogue. Here we go. Chief's office. February 24th. Police department. Why does he have like a, what is that, a giant organ? Bum, bum. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Yeah, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Holy shit, he does look like Ganondorf. I never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? What does that mean? No, I haven't been. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years ago, 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Gant. Team picture added to the court record. Gant team picture. Photo at the award ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd like to still have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. How the fuck are we supposed to do that? Yeah, he kind of looks like Ganondorf, but yeah, I knew you were also talking about how he had a pipe organ. But now that you look at it, he's kind of got the beard and stuff. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. I treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure. I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Ooh. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what is it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. His car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes. But it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. Kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Jogger came up. Oh my god, what the fuck? A jogger came up the scene and he was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yeah, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. The last witness. AKA Emma. Alright, let's show him the murder weapon. I don't know which. I think he wants this one from the... God, there's so much fucking evidence. About this. Hey, is that... It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And it was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. What is it, Detective? Before you forget again. Here we go. Hang on, let me take a drink. My mouth is getting dry from all this talking. Dark was an onion head. He had a weird fucking head, didn't he? Yeah, it did kind of look like an onion. If onions murdered people. Alright, murder weapon. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet! Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report, stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found in the wound. A knife tip was found in the wound? That doesn't make any fucking sense. How do you break a knife off in somebody's body? That sounds like bullshit. I don't know what this is gonna lead to, but there's no fucking way you break a knife off into someone's body. That's fucking dumb. That doesn't make any sense. I don't even think I could break it off like in the ground or like in a rock or It takes a lot to break a fucking knife. Bodies are too soft. No way that would fucking work. Anyway. Switchblade knife. The broken tip was found in the victim's body belonging to the murderer, Joe Dark. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered? The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with a breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Damn. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office? I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. What would make him change his mind? This photo? Hey, wait a minute. You guys see this? It's the vase. Yo, it's that fucking vase that we pieced back together. It's in the background. Is this in his office or something? I think it's in his office. He's got that broken shield trophy. Oh, and this right here is the knight, or the spear of the knight. Maybe it was an incredibly shitty, cheap knife, probably, but even if it was incredibly cheap, steel is still steel. You could have a cheap knife, and I could picture maybe even the cheapest, most fragile knife having the handle break. But to have, like, the steel of, like the actual blade of the knife, which is made of steel, and have it, like, snap and break off in somebody's chest, probably fucking impossible. Cliff, this is the same game where a guy kept a bullet in his shoulder for 15 years. Well, that's possible. You could leave a bullet in there, right? I'm pretty sure that happens with people. They get like shrapnel or like little chunks of stuff stuck in them and then it just stays in there. Maybe if it was just... talking about the bullet in the shoulder thing with a friend today. Very true. Yeah, the bullet in the shoulder thing, dude, that shit was so wild when I found that. I'm gonna show him this. Okay. What about this? Damn. What about this? I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice. I, for one, ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. But Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. I would bet the bullet in the shoulder thing is possible. Painful, but possible. Yeah, I believe it is. It's like when people get, like, shrapnel stuck in them, and it stays in there for a long time. It's obviously not the best idea to leave it in there. And I'm sure it could possibly get infected or something else, but... yeah, usually a better idea. About that jar... oh, about that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? You saw it here, bro. Damn it, come on, it's right there. I just showed it to you, asshole. Goodman's lost. Item reports. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. Oh, maybe this is it. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have... Detective Goodman must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive office number. 77777777777. That's 17 too many, Detective. An executive officer? I just might have a hunch. Oh, come on, asshole. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the bloodstain on that evidence locker with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering why is the award a shield, and why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is like. Apparently he's forgotten. Dude. How can I get him to let me in there? I don't know how to get him to let me in. Damn, man. What the fuck? Let me in, you fucking bitch. Detective, here is my attorney badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge, enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Alright, I don't think he has nothing for this, right? This ID card belonged to the victim, Detective Bruce Goodman. You can do just about anything these days with a card and a secret number. Scary. Only scary because you keep dropping your card, Detective Gumshoe. I forgot my secret number a lot too. I'm scared of myself. But I'm me after all, and what could be wrong with that? I think I'll stay out of this conversation. Damn, man. Being kind of a dick right now. Let me in, bro. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh, wait. Yeah, we already saw this. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car. Oh, yeah. It's the same thing. Damn, man. I don't know what the fuck to do. Let me share the... Fuck. Yo, what's up, non-player character? Damn, dude, I can't find shit. Yeah, he's not giving me anything. I guess we'll leave. There's nothing else to do. Maybe we have to talk to somebody else first. Damn, dude. Here we go. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on that day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Shit. I don't think there's anything else here. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified? The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seemed strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the... those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back. This Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we had heard yesterday. So you come back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Let's present some stuff. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere like on a shelf. That has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean, anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? He's asking me? Ugh, why can't he just accept his why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Different? Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield in the court record. I guess I'd better present this other shield. Are you talking about this? Dude, the other shield. Check it out. Yeah, see this? The trophy here? It's just a shield. This one has like a knife, like a broken knife going through it. See? Weird. So yeah, I guess there was a knife previously? I don't know what that means. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes, the trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Oh, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Contradiction. Let's see. Damn, you got nothing to say about that shit? Okay. I don't think he has anything to say about anything. Come on, don't be a stingy bitch. Alright, let's go ahead and examine the room real quick. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on, first let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? Feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Letter of resignation, Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation. He's serious. Oh, we could probably use that to give it to Detective Gumshoe is probably what it is. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard of this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection? Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive, but then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutor's Trophy updated. King of Prosecutor's Trophy 2 years ago, the halberd was removed against Behist, giving it its current form. Okay, I think we have everything we need. Let's ski-daddle. Oh wait, someone's here now. Excuse me. Oh, she's back. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Starr, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk? Fucking what, girl? Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when it's eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated everything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Ms. Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 cases, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. In a prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Damn. No. She got nothing to say about that. What about this? Yeah, I don't think she does. What about this? Yeah, she's got nothing to say. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. So Sakurai sent out a tweet of 2 clocks. What kind of clocks? What's up, King Ganon? Why would he post 2 clocks? Is that related to like a new character or some shit? Stopwatches? That's kind of weird. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Let's give him Edgeworth's resignation. Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow. Even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in this grown-up world. But that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Well, not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay. What? That's one tough grown-up world there. Nothing on the back? Alright, cool. Yeah, let's give him this. What's this crumbled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that if somebody found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Alright, sweet. We got Gumshoe's ID card so we can get inside that office and get some real fucking clues now. Gumshoe's ID. A police department ID card allows access to the PD open doors. Sweet. Yo, what's up, Kid Bebop? How's it going, man? Alright, let's go. Wait, hold on. Does he have anything else to say? No. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Oh, look, there's a safe. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. What? Gah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card. Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. What the fuck? Very long case, but it's spicy though. Yeah, this, like, the case has been really fun, but this is definitely a section where it's just like a lot of background and a lot of characters are, a lot of different characters are giving you a lot of the of their version of the same information. So it's a little, what we, you know, I guess not as engaging. A lot of this investigation stuff, but I think I'm about to finally get to some cool shit. So I'm trying to get through this stuff so I can get back into court where all the action is. This dude's theme sounds like something you'd hear at a baseball stadium. I don't know, it sounds like a boss theme if you ask me. That's probably what they were going for with that organ. Hey, don't do that. That's my card. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get you fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yeah, that's where I was waiting for Lana on that day 2 years ago. So the murder must have been right here by this window. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on! Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant? So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? No, I haven't saved in forever. Let me save. Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Alright, let's examine this bitch. This is the real deal, isn't it? The armor and these weapons. Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Alright. Oops. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is. Let's try it. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... Oh shit, here we go. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh my god, it really is 77777777? Dude, wild. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 777777, the final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 777777, that ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing, that Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Fucking me, dude. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed anyway? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here, too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Alright, I got this. Let me look around first. Yo, what's up, Reaper Blood? How's it going, man? The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the criminal affairs department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. And that's beside the point. Weird. I think there's something very, weird about this organ. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor? I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Alright. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in the memory of the crime? I don't see anything else around here, honestly. Alright. I think we're good. I think. Seriously, nothing else? Alright. Let's prove to him that this is important. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? That's the one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Symbol fragments. Alright, let me save. Here we go. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding the evidence. Here it goes. Oh wait, how do I rotate it? Here we go. Bam. There, it fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. Reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in a safe? Unstable jar, updated in the court record. Evidence from SL9 incident, final fragment. Found in Chief Gant's safe. Blood traces. Ooh. Okay, the other thing he wants is for the leather. I don't know how to confirm the leather piece. That's something else. I don't have anything that's made of leather, do I? No. What the hell do I have that's leather? Dude, I don't have shit. Damn, I don't know, yeah, I don't know what that handprint is, and it's weird that it's on leather. Getting pretty close to this job, but I just figured out I have to work 10 hours and can be forced to work 12 hours if need be. I don't like that. Well, that depends on how many days you work, man. If you only work like 3 days, it's probably not that big of a deal, but I don't know, man. When it comes to a job like that and you're not sure of something, you can always just work the job and then give it a chance. Even if right off the bat you're like, I think this fucking sucks. And then if you really don't like it, then you can just like leave. I remember I got a job at a bank once. And it really wasn't a job at a bank. They made it sound like you worked in a bank, but really it was a call center in a bank. And I applied for this job, and they had this like really thorough like interview and shit that they had you go through and all this other stuff. And I got through it and went through all the training and you know all the bullshit. And then first day, like we go in and everybody just realizes the job is just a fucking call center job. And of the 6, I think we had like 6, maybe 8 people at the start of the day that had been hired, and we had seen the little video at the hiring center place downtown. But when we actually went to the location, when they were showing us around and showing us what was going on, or like what we'd be doing and pretty much how things work, people, even before we got to lunch, some people were like, yeah, this isn't for me, and they left. And then when we went to lunch, a lot of people didn't come back. I think when we came back, there was like maybe 4 of us. Something like that. There was not a lot. And then, yeah, so most people like quit right away. And honestly, I tried to do that whole first day, and I was just like, this fucking sucks. Like, it was the most soul-crushing fucking garbage job. I just couldn't do it. Like, talking to people on the phone, and there was a very particular way you had to say things, and they record all your conversations, and they're like, yo, you took too long to say something here. Oh, you can't say no problem because no is a negative word. And it was like really strenuous, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. I tried to hang in there, right? And I couldn't do it. So what I did is I was still trying to work the job just to like hang in there and just see if I really hated it that bad, because my friend worked there and he was saying how awesome of a job it was. He was like, yeah, dude, it's super fucking easy. All you gotta do is blah, blah, blah. It's super easy. And he made it sound like it was rad, but then when I went there, I was like, this is not rad. This fucking sucks. This job was trash. Like, I had other jobs, but at least they were more active, and I still had like the freedom to not just constantly be recorded and timed. Like, if I went to go take a shit, it would like, they would like have a timer to let them know how long you've been away. Like, if I was gone for longer than 10 minutes, you know? Like, if I went to go take a dump and it was like longer than 10 minutes, I gotta like squeeze off a log, you know, and like fucking go back. And I was just like, nah, man, I won't live like that. I'd rather be fucking dead. I'd literally rather be dead. But I worked that job for a while, and then I got picked up on jury duty. So instead of quitting the job, if you get picked up for jury duty, the job still has to pay you while you're going to jury duty. So I was getting paid shit to go to jury duty, but then I was also being paid for my job. And the jury duty thing went on for like a month or longer. It was a really long case. I think it was about a month. So I got about a jury, it was like a jury duty thing that went on for about a month, and they had to pay me like the whole fucking time. And then I went back, and then like just before the case was gonna be over, the jury duty was over, I went in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna quit. I'm too far behind, and I'm just not a good fit, and this and that or whatever. And they were actually really glad I was, you know, leaving of my own accord at that point, because if I hadn't left of my own accord, then I would have filed for unemployment and all this other stuff. So, or they would get in trouble for firing me for getting jury duty. They can get in big ass fucking trouble, because at one point I was going to jury duty and they were trying to get me to come in. I'm at jury duty from like 8 in the morning to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon for like a month. And they wanted me to like not only do jury duty, but then also come in the afternoon and then do like all this other shit for work for like 6 hours. And I told them I literally can't do that. Like, you want me to be pretty much working 16 hours, and I'm getting, like, you don't pay me enough for that shit. And I'd be super tired from jury duty, so I'm like, I can't. And at first they were like, well, then, you know, we'll have to, you know, look at your employment. And I was like, all right. And they hung up. And then within 5 minutes of them hanging up, because I knew they couldn't fire me, that person that was trying to threaten my job, that shitty job I didn't even want, they obviously told somebody else, and that somebody knew that if they had fired me for doing jury duty, it would have been their fucking asses. So within 5 minutes of him being like, oh, that doesn't look good for your employment, and I was like, all right, they called me back and they were like, hey, just to let you know, yeah, just, you know, if you can come in after jury duty sometime, you know, let us know if you get out early, if you can come in, but yeah, man, it's fine. You know, just keep us posted about what's going on in jury duty, and we, you know, we'll work it out. Because they knew if like I had fucking reported their ass, that it would have been their fucking assholes, and I would have gotten, I don't know if I would have gotten any money from it, but they would have gotten in big fucking trouble. They probably would have gotten fired. So essentially I got paid for a month without going to work and also getting paid for jury duty at the same time. Seven days a week for 10 to 12 hours a day? Yeah, I can't live my life like that. I refuse to be a worker ant for the 1%. You know what I'm talking about? Like imagine living your life 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, making like below like living wages, and you literally breaking your back, and your life and your entire life is just do that. And while you're busting your ass, the person you're working for is in like Thailand fucking little boys because he's a billionaire, and everybody, all the 1% are like fucking pedophiles. And they're like vacationing in fucking all these other countries and shit. They have like jet skis and mansions and pools and fucking like high-end prostitutes and models and all this other shit. And they're fucking like corrupt, disgusting human beings, and they're living the good life, not working at all. But meanwhile, you're working 7 days a week for 10, 12 hours a day, and you can't even take a vacation, right? I'd rather be dead. If that's life, then I would just be dead. Yeah, I'm going in. That's how I feel. That's how I really feel. $18 an hour is good money, but if you spend your entire life doing that, I don't know. Like, I could see you doing it for a while, right? $18 an hour is good, and if you're actually working 10 to 12 hours a day for 7 days a week, that's a fuck ton of overtime. So I think I would, if I did get a job like that, I would do it for as long as I can before I burned out. Then I would do something with the money to make the money work for me, either through like equity or, you know what I mean? Do something to invest it to where I can get the money to make more money for me. Buy like houses and rent them out, shit like that. High-end prostitutes, the kind of prostitutes that they're all 9s and 10s, and they're extremely expensive to fuck. That is a high-end prostitute. There's a whole lot of time I'm giving up for my first job. Yeah, but it's a whole lot of money that you need, right? I would suggest try to doing for at least six months to a year. See how much money you get, and then make a goal for like how much money do I need to do something with it, right? Like do something cool with it, and like buy a house or buy something to invest in to start making more money. That's what I would do. Anyway, I still can't get this guy to cough up the leather. There's like a leather handprint. How do I get him to give me that fucking leather print? Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow, is that a new type? I've never seen that bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height? Base height? Hey, let me see that. Looming tall? New and improved growth formula? You mean this can't detect blood traces? Well, not quite the same thing as luminol. So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. You dumb bastard. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town, sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. There you go, I gotta fingerprint the leather. That's what it is. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder. Then once you've absorbed the prints, blow. What What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. All right, let's get this over with. Dust. Let's enter. Dust. Is this right? Is the leather still here, or did I fuck something up? I see prostitutes all the time in my area when I come back home late. They ain't high-end. Nah, man, you talking about fucking, what is it, Leopard Street? Those fucking crack whores downtown? Those are not high-end prostitutes. Those are, you know what they are? It's like, if you've ever been like, dude, I really want to get an STD, but I don't want to get it for free. I'd like to pay to have a sexually transmitted disease. If I could just pay for one, that would be the best. Oh, hey, look. Disgusting crack whore prostitutes. And for $20, they'll give me fucking herpes. That's what's up. All right, here we go. You ready? Yeah, exactly. Here we go. I give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching fingerprints, will it? But it does look like we'll get a cleaner result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Alright, let's try... Which one are we gonna try? Let's try this one. Alright, here we go. Dust. That's a lot of cocaine. Hell yeah, baby! Hey, Amnitron. You playing Genshin Impact? Hey, Amnitron, can I ask you how much money you've spent on Genshin Impact? Be honest. Actually, I want to ask Sacred Edge, too. Sacred Edge, how much money have you spent on Genshin Impact? Yo, what's up, Otaku? Holy shit, it's an Ace Attorney stream. Yeah, that's what's up. I've actually been on this Ace Attorney kick for about 2 weeks now. This is my first time playing this game. And I think we're on, like, what? I don't even know. Day 10? Some shit? We're getting near the end of case 5. About 200 bucks? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. It's a lot of money, but it's not as much as you would expect somebody that's addicted to gacha to spend. So, good job on having some, what do they call that? Not willpower. Resistance, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Hey! Alright. Whose is this? Not him. Not him. Not Marshall. It's not Gumshoe. Honest Sky. Whoa! Wait a minute. It's Emma's fingerprint? No way. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. What the fuck does this mean? No. How can this be? Case 5 is long as fuck. No shit, I've been on this one for about a week now, dude. The first half was like the first 4 cases. This past week has been all case 5. It's been pretty, it's got some intense moments, though. Good luck to rolling and to you finishing this case. Oh, thanks, Otaku. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, self-restraint. Restraint was the word I was looking for. Thanks, Nesbit. That was bothering me. Yeah, restraint. Longest of the original trilogy. Yep. You only get a 5-star on the limited banner. I still don't know which banner to pick. Everybody says something different. What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst, hey. Over here. Hey, you over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth found in Chief Gant's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Damn. Weird. Well, am I done here or what? I don't think there's anything else to interact with. Feel a lot better now that this jar is complete. But if only it only raises another question. What was a piece of it doing in the chief's safe? More importantly, wasn't there any money in there? Isn't that what safes are for anyway? I have a feeling the outcome of tomorrow's trial just might hinge on this. What's this piece of cloth anyway? It's smooth and sort of feels like vinyl. I think I felt something like this before. Nah, I can't remember. Seems this is becoming a habit for you. I can't keep anything in my head lately. Note to self. Detective Gumshoe is going senile. Emma's fingerprints were found on this cloth. I have a bad feeling about this. I guess that's it. I guess we're ready to leave. I think. Yeah, I don't know where to go anymore. Was there something else I needed to do back there? I didn't see shit. It didn't normally it gives me a fucking direction to go or something. Damn, dude, I don't know. Yeah, and if you didn't get a banner unit weapon, you'll get one next one. So saving currency in the event I really want. Going on the next pity roll. There's a zombie. Oh, the short zombie girl, the one that kind of looks like Hazen Ko or something. Like if Hazen Ko and Garlic Jr. did like a fusion dance. Or not Garlic Jr., like Kid Gohan. Everybody wants Kiki. I want that girl with the water powers. Her name's Mona Lisa, I think. Or just Mona. Did I check Lana's desk? Let me check. Yeah, I did. I didn't see anything. Nothing new. Yeah, nothing, nothing at all. Yeah, I already checked this. Read my comments in Marshall's voice. Yeah, if you didn't get a banner unit weapon, you'll get one next one. So saving currency in the event. I really want a unit, and I have all. And I have. I really want a unit, and have to go all in, partner. My name's Sacred Edge, and I like big fat penises. Yeehaw! The only thing I like more than dick is a Whataburger. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? There's clearly something else here that I'm missing and I have no idea what it is. Oh. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from there. At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh, stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Yeah, I already checked the statue, checked the phone, checked the chair. Oh, wait, what's this? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidences seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Oh, that's what I needed. Oh, good shit, good shit. Okay. Evidence list. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half. So this part is all I've got. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless? Isn't that right? You in the coat. Chief Gant! Oh no, Gumshoe's gonna get fucked, bro. Ooh. I'm a low-end prostitute? Damn, bro. I'm gonna remember that when you come to visit me. I'm not gonna put out. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you? The one without the spiky hair? Don't go yet. But me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright? Uh-oh, I don't like this at all. This makes me really... No, you didn't really leave her with her... No. Oh, my God. What just happened? Are you serious? There's no way you just left that fucking miner with that fucking orange creepy guy. Are you serious? I'm sorry. I've seen too much fucked up shit on the internet for that to not... For my mind to not completely wander and just think about how fucked up that was. Damn, that's traumatizing. What the fuck? Nah. Call the cops. I mean, wait. Uh-oh. Get off the hentai? Oh, I do. That's the problem. Look, pal, if I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this. I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why was she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listen to me. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Dude, where's Emma? This is bullshit. I want to fucking fight that guy. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. That's not okay. I am the police, pal. Oh, shit. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Fucking tell her, dude. Tell her how fucking difficult she's been. She's fucking everything up. Thank you. I'm so glad he was so straightforward about it. You've literally told me fucking nothing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it was. Wait, I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Alright, here we go. Bitch, please! Yeah, pull out the fucking gun. I have to admit, I was more than a little Dude, I gotta... All this talking, my mouth is so dry. Hang on. All right. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So, you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think you're afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Dude, it's so fucking obvious it's this dumb asshole. He literally kidnapped Emma.
Take that!
Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course. These are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant. Ooh, it's all coming together now, boy. Yeah, he's orange. There's only 2 people I know that are orange, and both of them fucking suck. Just gonna throw that out there. If you intended to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Whoa. A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Okay. Proof that in that particular case, he falsified evidence with... What did he falsify with? This. You want proof of Chief's wrongdoings? Here it is. That evidence proves someone is doing something wrong, all right. But it's not the Chief. What? Who would it be? Why, you, of course. Me? Yes. You seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. You seem to have the makings of a criminal in you. What with all this fallacious accusations? Care to spend tonight in this what? Care to spend tonight in the cell next to mine? If you ask me, you're the scary one. Oops. I guess I fucked up. Proof that he's falsified the evidence in that particular case. Alright. This. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you summarized. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman? Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon, you mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Knife from the SL9 incident? Serial killer Joe Dark's knife? I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Oh my god! Holy shit! So she really did stab him, but it wasn't like... Okay. Wow. That would be Edgeworth's knife. Well, it said he was stabbed once, so she must have stabbed him in the exact same location, I guess? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Ms. Starr, huh? Wow. I thought she was a fucking liar. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporter would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident. About Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. I had a bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. The Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. The lead investigator. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card. But it seemed he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Oh, to be continued. All right, I think we're finally going into court. I think it's about to start heating up, dude. I think it's about to start going off. Final trial, let's go. Is this the conclusion? Are we about to conclude this motherfucker? No way. Hang on. I gotta stretch. I fucking love when she completely turns around like that. She's in a chair. Is she just sitting in the chair backwards in order to be dramatic? It's probably not like a chair with a back. I bet you it's like a stool. I imagine most of those like meeting like things with the windows, I think they just have stools where they just sit down and they can like, you know, spin around. All right, hang on. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stretch. Whew. Actually, I'm gonna take a small bathroom break and I'll be right back before we kick this thing off, okay? This is the defendant lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. Been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? Where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from the list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. My AFK screens are great. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the animation was done by Ryan Anarchy, a friend of mine. And then the slideshow is a bunch of art that people have made for me. Some of them I commissioned. A lot of them are like fan art from people that watch the stream. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her now. Oh, have on her. It's now. Got it. Yeah, exactly. Reminiscing about the past is how we got not guilty for Edgeworth, so you should really be grateful. It's weird how they're not drawing parallels from Case 4 and Case 5. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant manifests. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Ajay, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana. That is to say, the defendant has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do that? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. He's gonna... Okay, it's obvious he put Lana on the stand because he wants her to fucking say she did it in her testimony. It's gonna be my job to prove that she's innocent while confessing how guilty she is. He's clearly blackmailing her. So I gotta find out where all the flaws are. Technically, this case was an add-on, so it's a little less in canon, so it might be why it's less connected. No, it's definitely canon. It was an add-on from, like, apparently the Game Boy Advance version didn't have Case 5, which is the one I'm doing. But it was included in the DS version, and the reason it was added was because they wanted to tie this one to Apollo Justice, which was coming out. Or like the new Ace Attorney. I forget which one it was. I think it was Apollo Justice. So, there's no reason for it to not be connected, but I guess it's just not important to connect it to Case 4. It's no real relevance, like story-wise anyway. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana!
Objection!
You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. A request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Let's save. He's literally trying to blackmail the shit out of her and get her to just confess to it. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Oh, Jesus, come on, don't do this.
Objection!
No, you fucking didn't. Sit down. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Ooh. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. You can shut the fuck up. You stuck-up little bitch, you sit down and don't speak less spoken to. Cunt. Your exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Now we're talking. This is the stuff. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy! You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Dude, this is so crazy. Edgy is having none of your shit. Edgy going full edge. Drag him! Drag him, Edgeworth! Saying cunt in Edgeworth voice. You fucking cunt! You fucking cunt! Why would an innocent person say you'll regret this? Like, come on. What are you gonna do? Pin him for murder? Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma. Emma Skye? My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. The murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast. Now, Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable, however. Please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no fucking evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright. This might be tough. Yeah, that creepy chief did threaten Emma. It was really, like unsettling. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Let's see. Let's go here. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was... Oh wait, hold on, I'm reading that weird. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance... Oh, yeah, the judge. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. Let's see. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running? I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Here we go, press. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in the room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detectives about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. Picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. Hold on, let me save. I hear me a contradiction. Dun, 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 dun. It's always the fucking lights, bro. Tony Montana talking about cocaine. Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. Oh wait, that's a weird voice I gave him. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecution Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken? But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind, can you please describe it to us? The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. That must have been a real shock. Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Okay, I got it. Check it out. I drew a picture of that scene once, so it seems it's been lost. Check this shit out. I'm gonna save. I'm so glad I just happened to find this. Check this out. Where is it? List of evidence that was ripped in half. Wait, is this it? Yep, here it is. Look. This is it. Picture is drawn in the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. There it is. That's the drawing she did. Here we go. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't fucking exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident? Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Oh, what's this? Nanda! Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to this list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? No! Yeah. Order. But Miss Sky, why didn't... Well, I can't read, fuck. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor? Are you all right, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Oh! Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Oh! Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? What's on the back, bro? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something written. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. That's dumb. That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly this is act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detective. The act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detective. Gumshoe? It's probably Gumshoe, right? Maybe Gumshoe drew on it. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list. List of evidence in the SL9 incident. Half of this list was found in Gant's desk. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. What you got to tell me? Let's see. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky. 2 or 3 days later. The memory should still have been fresh in your mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. So, at the time, you didn't even know it was Ms. Marshall who had come to your rescue. No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor. Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw. Alright. Here we go. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of... Why am I talking like that? The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Let's see. Damn. Yo, what's up, King Ganon? The joke isn't that he gets salary. The joke is that every time Edgeworth gets pissed and there's like a policeman or somebody on the stand that he's getting irritated with, he talks about, we're gonna look at your review is coming up and it could cut his salary. Like when you get reviewed, you could have your salary cut or something like that. And he's done that several times. So the joke is that he's pissed off at Wright now. He's like, he might try to cut my salary. Let's see. Flash of lightning. Let me see here. What the hell is the contradiction? I have no idea what the contradiction... This is really vague. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Neil's autopsy report. Stabbed in the back. Died from a Wait. Does it look like he's being stabbed from the back here? It looks like he's facing him. Death due to loss of blood. One knife. Oh, that's Goodman. Stabbed in the back. Died from a punctured heart and lung. Oh man, I don't know if this is right or not. Fuck. It's gotta be this. Oh my god, I'm so fucking good at video games. Holy shit. Oh, so fucking smart. Ugh, God, it hurts to be so fucking smart. God, galaxy brain. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. Ooh, there's that music. What part of this picture? I thought it was that he was facing the wrong way. Here you go.
Take that!
Please be right. I think it's this part here. Oh, I failed. I thought it said he's facing him and it's not his back, right? That's because the drawing stinks. What the fuck? Mr. Wright, how could you? The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty. What the fuck is happening? Oh no. I guess he means I shouldn't shift the blame to others. Yes, well, so long as the defense has learned his lesson, I better take another look. Fuck. I mean, it said he's facing. Well, maybe it's his hand being on him, turning him around.
Take that!
I think it's this. Oh wait. It's because the. Oh no. All right, hold the fucking phone, right? Hold the fucking phone. This is some old bullshit. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Amnitron? Due to loss of blood, one night. Oh, wait, not this one. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Save. Here we go. All right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there's a shit ton of evidence. I'm trying to get through Emma's testimony so I can figure out what happened with the SL9 incident, Amnitron. What are you doing, man? Are you at work? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Part of the picture. It said he's like about to stab him in the You know what? I'm just gonna go with this. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look at it closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Ooh. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken! Oh, shit! Oh! What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. Ooh, shit. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at that time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, Wright. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ugh. Damn, man. You're not at work? You had lunch, watched a VTuber stream, and probably going back to Genshin? Damn, I gotta be a VTuber so I can, like, hook you guys. I'm like, you don't have to leave anymore. Now I've got those sweet bouncing anime titties on the screen. Wink, wink. Tee-hee. Oh, shit. Get clapped! Order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the other day, or the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one? Oh shit, I don't fucking know about that, bro. Cliff, VTuber or not, I'll support you. Stop. I don't know how to react to nice things being said about me. Sorry. You're making things awkward for me. Just call me an asshole or something, then we can move on. Didn't I say I was gonna put Babs on the side of the screen? Yeah, if I ever get a Babs model completed and I figure out how I can have like tracking and stuff, I would put Babs in the corner, like with me looking around and talking and stuff. I would do that. Yeah, I was gonna use my normal voice. I wasn't gonna use a voice changer. It's just gonna be Babs with my fucking voice. Babs with a man voice. Just take the compliment, asshole. Fair, fair, fair. I suck at being bad at video games. Could there have been another broken knife? Is another one. Kind of. There kinda is another one. I think I know what it is. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observation error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Oh, dude, I just figured it out. Oh my god, I just figured it out. Bro. Oh my god. I just figured it out, guys. So originally, this trophy had a broken sword in it too, and it was broken. But then it was removed later. This was the murder weapon. Because this was a fucking broken sword and now it's gone. It's this. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But what? What? May I remind you that the fate of Miss What? Oh, come the fuck on. The actual murder weapon? Okay, maybe it's the photo. The photo before they removed it. Maybe it's this one. The answer lies in the past. Okay, yeah, see, I had the right idea. I shouldn't have taken the L on that one. That's bullshit. I'm gonna load. Here we go. Because I'm still technically, if that's the exact same trophy, I don't know if it's the same trophy. I think it's the exact same trophy, so really I'm right. But they wanted me to use the picture. That's bullshit, right, chat? Come on, back me up. That's bullshit, right? Here we go. Bam. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecutor marshal is holding? That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order, order. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award's knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait. I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again? I was about to be like, show me your dick. So, like, out of place and inappropriate.
Ah, shit.
Ah, shit. Yo, what's up, Wasabi? Thanks for the 100 bits, dude. Thanks for hanging out and watching my stream. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Val's L creeping in. Whatever, bro. I got this shit. Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled in the back? I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this. The hell? All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep in... Yeah, whatever. Bullshit amnesia garbage. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Ms. Sky? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. What does it all mean? Right. Save. Yeah, that's what they call, that's what the kids call it nowadays. Evidence list. Alright. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. What? This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin it. Stop! Please, don't pursue this any further. Yo, Lana's still here, though? Lana? What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky, we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant and tell that bitch to shut the fuck up. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Alright, here we go. When I saw that man raise his knife, bam! When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you... I panicked and rushed towards both of them. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife, pray. What do you mean, you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I didn't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next? Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger press. Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him. But It was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. The blue badger didn't even exist 2 years ago. So what exactly did Emma see? I've gathered all the evidence. All that's left now is to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It's thin. There's another lightning. So blue. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw? Hang on. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger really? I got a hunch. I got a hunch. Oh my god. Dude, I'm totally right, aren't I? Is it this at a funky angle? Is this how he looks? I think it's this. I think it's this funky vase, dude. This weird, funky ass vase. Oh, here we go. Like this. Oh, oh, I'm so fucking smart. I'm such a goddamn genius. Holy shit. Alright. I just might know. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright! In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger. Oh, check it out. Here we go, baby. You ready? Here it comes. You ready? You ready? You ready?
Take that!
Ugh, slam that desk. The mysterious blue badger was, in fact, this! But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this. Oh wait, that's not exactly right. Oh god. This is kind of difficult. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, like that. Alright, here we go. Like this, and then bring it down. Oh, yeah, baby.
Take that!
Take that! Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. No! It can't be! Order, order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. Oh, I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Yo, I am kicking fucking ass today, dude. I am just kicking this case's ass. Am I not on fire? I bet you guys thought I was gonna probably struggle with that jar part, right? I can see someone being very fucking stuck, right? It's either you completely like breeze right through that jar section, or like you get completely halted and you're like, what the fuck? You know? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's pretty easy. Did anybody that played this actually get stuck there? Foiled by a jar. You had trouble with it back in the day? Yeah, like, I could see having trouble, like, situating it, but once you have the idea that the jar at a certain angle looks like it. Yeah, you were, at least the rotating. Yeah, rotating it. It's kind of a little difficult to get the angle, but once you get the idea in your head, and you're pretty positive. I am, like, blasting ass. Alright, here we go. What's the difference now that we know the witness saw the jar? The murder weapon. No. The location. No. Alright, think about this. What's it now we know that the witness saw this jar? The location. The location! Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. Nani? If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason might be, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. I'm gonna save. Hell yeah, man. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. Let's see. If the, sorry, I'm just eyeballing the picture right now. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah! The suit of armor! Holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Ooh. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Damn. No! I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So, it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Damn, dude, I can't believe Emma fucking killed... Oh. What are you saying? Oh my god. That's what... Oh my god, he wasn't just blackmailing her with bullshit that didn't happen. He was blackmailing her with the truth. Oh my god. Oh, it makes sense now. Oh, he wasn't threatening her with, like, I'll do this or what. He was threatening her with the truth that her sister accidentally killed Neil Marshall. So she did everything he said to protect her. Oh my god. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, there's so many things that are like clicking right now in my brain. It's like pushing a domino, and it's like all the dominoes are like clicking. It's like I'm like, oh, it all makes sense. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, certainly, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. I think he meant without. If we don't have evidence, Then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. The victim left us a message? For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased? Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Hold on. I think I have an idea. I have an idea. Alright, hold on. Of all the things he could have written on.
If Cliff becomes a judge, he should change his name to Gavel Athlete.
Gavel Athlete. Boo! Get him out of here. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Damn. Fuck. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Damn. I mean, there's not really a name there. I mean, that's such a weird blood trail, right? Damn. A real murderer. Wait. Wait, can I spray? Wait. Emma Sky is written on the side in permanent marker. He seems awfully productive. No. He wouldn't have written it like that. Damn, man. Damn. The only thing real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Shit, dude. The only thing I can think is this. Found in Chief Cam's safe. Evidence from something but what bears evidence. I don't think this is right. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart along. A knife tip was in the wound. Damn. Maybe it is this. It's either one of these two things. Maybe it's this. But I don't see. It doesn't look like an Emma. I don't understand. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is it, but if you put it, I think it might be this. I think he was trying to write something out, but I think if you put it in like a certain light, he was spelling it in blood and it's been partially wiped away. Don't overthink it, Chief. All right, well, it's got to be one of these two fucking things. I mean, her fingerprints on the leather, and I think the leather was on his back. I'm just gonna present this. Fuck it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna present this. Alright. The real murderer's name that victim may have left behind. Maybe it doesn't exist. Fuck. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind doesn't exist. Is in the evidence. Fuck. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Ms. Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. Oh, hell yeah. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. God, it's gotta be this or this. Fuck it.
Take that!
Please be. This is the message from the deceased. Right. Now then, this is the message from the judge. Oh, shit. Oh. I guess that wasn't right. Alright. You'd better be careful, you might wind up deceased yourself. Oh, shit. Then it's gotta be the fucking vase.
Take that!
Uh-oh. This is... Okay, good. Woo! This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Dude, I knew it, see? Ma. Yeah. Yeah, see? I thought so. Damn it. I had the right idea, but I was like, I didn't dust it or anything like that, but it definitely looks like it's partially there. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines? Oh man, I fucking knew it, dude. I called it. I guessed wrong first. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these dots, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written. His murderer's name. What? Oh, here we go. What? Okay, here we go. Oh, this is kind of cool. Damn! What if I was also like, you can also spell cat? Present.
Take that!
It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Ooh, ho, ho, boy. Of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Damn, dude. Holy shit. Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ugh. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death, it's no light matter. Even if there wasn't a cover-up of or evidence forgery. Even if there wasn't any cover-up of evidence of forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite whatever anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? He might have sent an innocent man to death. This guy's such a fucker. This guy's such a dickhead. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Oh, man. Dude, this is getting super good. Holy shit. Dude, I thought today was going to be the final day, but I guess there's still more to do. Nice. Whew. Dude, I can't believe Emma was the killer, dude. What the fuck? That's crazy, man.
Battle athlete.
Yep. Alright, chat. I'm getting out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back Monday for sure. And we'll continue, maybe even conclude, I think. Well, yeah, we should be able to continue Monday. I'm pretty sure there's not much of the case left. I think we got just about everything we need. Maybe one more investigation, and then I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it unfolds. But dude, it's getting like really good, man. That was a huge twist. You need to know the end. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Game Fighter, King Ganon, Otaku, Hero. This case is long and intense. It was fun. Yeah, thanks for being here every day, by the way, Da Vinci. And if you guys miss any of the streams, I'll be saving all the VODs for this one because your first playthrough of Ace Attorney is like the only time you can really play it for the first time. You know what I mean? So I'll be saving all these VODs. You can go back and watch them if you miss them. Next time we find out the jar had kids. It was the jar's kids. They were the murderer all along. I knew it. Feel blue-balled? Yeah, get blue-balled, chat. Hold that fucking L. But either way, man, it's super fun. Let's see. Emma did nothing wrong. Well, I mean, aside from murdering a person by accident. Absolutely. Murdering a... Alright, let's see. Who's popping? Let's see. I'm gonna send you guys over to... Where am I gonna send you? I'm gonna send you guys over to Sensei CJ, okay? Playing Ghost of Tsushima. And I'll catch you guys on the next one Monday. I might stream over the weekend. Probably not. I'm not sure. I usually try to use the weekends to like hang out with Janelle, but if like she ends up doing her own thing and I'm bored, maybe I'll stream some Fightcade. But Ace Attorney will definitely be Monday. So I'll catch you guys then. Later.